And we are live. Thanks for tuning in to InSync Live episode 4. Today we are honored to have Eric Chu with us. He is the founder of Show Production, a backline rental and live music production company, whose biggest projects to date have been like Staka Music 2018-2019 festival, where it was featuring headliners from Taiwan, such as rock band FIR and Alin. Thanks for doing this, Eric.
No problem.
And before we start talking about the technical aspects and all that, maybe can you share with us a little bit about your life story
My life story.
from like graduating O levels, N levels to where you are right now?
I started playing guitar. I was around 13 years old. And I think it's also luck. My dad actually has a day job, but he got one whole set of backline equipment.
Oh.
So he also brought backline for his friends to do all the small Chinese concert, that kind of thing. So that's when I see, hey, this thing quite interesting.
Small Chinese concert like Getai stuff.
Thai,
Oh,
some
I see.
concert, RWS, all that kind of thing. So from then on, about 15 years old, I start to follow and learn. Then I see all my uncles also, they know how to do backline, setup. So I started to learn from there. Then since then, after my O level, I decided to pursue my diploma in DMAT, Music and Audio Technology.
I see.
That's where I learn more. I learn recording, I learn how to do live sound, play guitar, play music, that kind of thing. So as time passed by, right, I managed to know my previous partner in Analog Factory, Keith. So from then, we started to do recording. But there's a lot of gears in the warehouse, but that's not used for any purpose. And I got one whole set of backlight equipment with my dad. So that time I suggested, why not we lump all this inventory together so we can do backlight rental for outside show. Because at that point of time in the market, there is still lack of backlight equipment. So when you got count down all this, the whole market runs out of equipment to use. Yeah. So why not we tabulate all our inventory together and support all the shows there is in Singapore. That's how we got started at Analog Factory.
How long ago was this Analog Factory?
That was when I was year 3.
Oh, in poly.
I was year 3, I think about 6 years back. Yeah. I started at Analog Factory with Keith 6 years back.
Wait, this is amazing to me because this means you started this before NS.
Before NS.
Right. Snap. Okay.
But the hardest part was when I went NS. So, but right, I'm not supposed to moonlight, yeah. But, so, during my NS day, if I can help out, I will help out at the company. So, weekends, come out and do show. But there's also one point that I realized I really love what I'm doing as compared to what I'm doing in NS.
I see.
When I do shows, I really feel that I enjoy what I'm doing. You will have that kind of feeling when you're actually doing the thing.
You had that comparison, huh?
Yeah, you got a chance to compare what you're doing in NS and what you are actually doing outside NS.
And it's almost like the week you're doing NS, weekend you're doing this,
Yes.
then you can really compare.
Almost every other week, as soon as there's show, I'll go back and help. It's my show, I'll go and take care of my own show.
I see. This is very interesting also because your dad owned a whole set.
One
Of
set
backline.
of backline equipment, some sound system, that kind of thing. But that is just his part-time job only. It's just
I
for
see.
fun. He got a day job working for somebody else also.
I see. And you're saying uncles also, so this sounds like a family thing.
It's not say uncle, like his own brothers, that kind of thing.
I see.
He's the one that taught me a lot. He's a drummer.
I see.
He's the one that taught me how to set up drum, patch keyboard, all the basics were from there.
Wow. And this is really, you learn through life, huh? They
Yeah,
show you in person.
I started to help out when I was about 15, 16. And there goes my O-level grades.
Hey, but you made it to DMAT.
I made a DMAT through audition.
Oh, okay.
When I got my O-level result, I look at the result, I also, what's going on next, man? Then I went for the audition. I went for open house, then I spoke to the lecturers there. They asked me to apply for the audition.
I see.
So I went in through audition, didn't through my O-level grades.
Wonderful. That's wonderful though. How do you and Keith meet?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I met him on Soft.
Oh, shout out to James Wu, who might be he has been accepting my invite for this podcast, so he might be watching.
I met him, I met him
Soft
just
forums.
before CB.
Okay.
I forgot where is it. I met him just before CB. Yeah, we were talking about all the audio thing on Soft.
Oh, okay.
At the time
Okay.
he's working for audio engineer to collaborate for this Analog Factory thing.
I see.
That's how I know him.
Wow, that's really interesting. That's really because one thing that for the viewers out there, Analog Factory was one of the favorite studios for me to record in
Yeah.
because the amount of gear they had was, oh man. It's a delicious gear for a guitar player, especially. Because for the viewers out there, you play guitar.
I play guitar, I'm
Right,
a
right.
guitarist myself.
So you have a lot of gear centered around guitar.
We wanted to have an array of tones that people can choose from.
Right,
If
right.
they want a certain kind of tone, we can almost pull out the amp and start recording it. That's what we aim to do the other time.
An instant solution for
Yeah,
tonal
from
needs.
guitar to drums also. We specifically buy different kind of drums. Maple, Birch,
Oh,
Bupinga.
yeah, I remember this. You had a like
we got a Maple DW, we got Birch Ryzen, then later we still got Bupinga. So depending on the kind of music, the kind of sound the artist want, we can cater to the kind of tone. We got the inventory to do it.
beautiful, beautiful. So on that note, right, can you explain a little bit what exactly is backline rental? What exactly is live show music production?
So our focus in the show production is always to provide backline rental. That's our main focus. So when the tech rider come, let's say okay, just earlier this year, before circuit breaker, no, just when COVID happened, I was supposed to do the Korean concert for Winner, this Korean pop band. Apparently they are very famous, but
I see.
I don't really know who are they. Apparently they are really famous. So the tech rider comes, we got to fulfill the tech rider. If you cannot fulfill, then you must substitute with something that is as close as possible.
I
So
see.
the this tech rider right will be sent to their management. So the management will check whether all these substitution can be accepted or not.
Right.
If they can accept, that will be good. If they cannot accept, they will send another counter list back. So we will either have to go and purchase the gear or rent it from somebody else.
I see. I see.
So backline, we provide backline solutions to AV company, event organizer. Then secondary, what we provide is also sound system. So when you got shows that you need sound system, lighting for your live music production, we provide that also.
So it's really lights, the big speaker systems.
Sound, lighting, visuals, backline.
It's really the whole
Yeah,
thing.
The whole thing we provide.
I see. And can you share with us, like, because you're already saying like they send you a tech rider. So what goes on when, let's say, there's a show date that has been confirmed? Where do you come in? Where do the management start contacting you?
It really depends. There is some very last minute show.
Oh, really?
You do a very last minute request. Today they give you the rider, they give you a brief rider, tomorrow is the show, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
dear.
But usually that's not the big show, that's a smaller show.
Yeah.
Then the bigger show they will prep you at least 1 or 2 months ahead.
1 or 2 months.
So
Okay.
So if you don't have that particular keyboard, what, you still can go and find, you still can go and buy.
Right. And sometimes the budget is big enough that you can just buy
I'll
it.
just buy
Right.
for winners very wasted. I went to buy cymbals. I buy some stuff for them. End up got cancelled.
Yeah.
But no choice. I mean I bought it already. I can use it for other show next time.
It is what it is, right? This was this year?
This year, just before COVID.
I see. So that's the point of contact, initial point of contact. They send you this rider and you're sourcing for stuff. So what happens nearer to the show date?
So it's all preparation and planning. So you must prep for the bigger show. I will actually stand by 1 drum tech, 1 guitar tech, 1 keyboard tech. Especially when
Okay,
the rider is
okay.
complicated. It's
Right.
really complicated. I will put specific people to go and take out a specific instrument. And usually all these people are musicians themselves also.
I see.
You definitely get a drummer to be a drum tech. And I get a guitarist to be the guitar tech. That kind
Because
of
they
thing.
understand the language
Yeah,
of the
they
equipment,
understand the
right?
language. They know what is the musician is looking for.
Right.
I think that's very important.
No, it's very interesting because then you are also not just providing gear, you're providing human beings also.
So you must understand the tone language.
Wow.
There's this one time, this was a smaller church show. So the guitarist is complaining, why is the amp breaking up? Why is there distortion? And he's speaking to a drummer. So that's where we encounter. You cannot put a drummer to be a guitar tech.
Yeah, it's not just like plugging things in, there's
So
certain
he's asking
nuances.
why the amp is breaking out. I was like, it's just too loud already. It's breaking out. It's distorting.
No
It's
headroom,
breaking,
right?
No headroom already.
I see.
Because they leave this particular show, it was a church show. They
Okay.
didn't want any amp on stage.
Right.
So they leave the amp backstage.
Okay.
The musicians, they cannot see the amp.
Right.
So nobody knows what's going on. Nobody can tell. It was actually so loud that the amp was breaking out already.
It's too far away for them to know, right?
Yes.
Oh, and was it someone who was a drummer that was functioning
Yeah,
as a
the
guitar
drummer
tech?
was the backline in charge, but he didn't know about guitar. So if you're not a guitarist, you probably won't know that tube amp will
You-
break up after a certain
I don't
level.
think anyone would know.
Ah.
You know? Yeah.
So these are
And
these
the
are
term breaking up, what is that?
What is that? So these are all the detail that matters that only guitarists will know. So for the more complicated show, all guitar heavy one, you make sure you put a guitarist to be a guitar tech. You put the drummer to be the drum tech.
Was it the case like this for like those Stucker music
Yeah, Stucker
festivals?
also. I put for all these bigger shows, especially the drummer, I'll put a drum tech for sure.
I see. I see.
Because drum are usually the complicated one. You got small cymbals, different sizes, small stand. So usually I will put a drum as well, a drum tech.
Because what I find amazing is all these things, people who come to the show, they have
They
no
just
idea.
assume,
You know?
they
They're
just
like, oh,
assume
this
all-
is a good show.
Ah.
Because my next question is, what happens on setup day? Because I'm guessing the drum techs, the guitar techs, they are not the people setting up the gear. You have another crew setting up the gear.
Usually we have the same bunch of crew.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
the same bunch of crew. Usually the challenge comes when we got multiple shows stacked on top of each other.
Right.
So you got to find the right people to handle the show.
Mm-hmm.
So when multiple stack on top of each other, so the planning must be very careful. It's not just the gears, not just the people, the transport, the logistic are all very important. So you must plan out for the right people to come and pick up the gears, send out to the show, talk
Right,
to the client,
right.
and figure out what's the band really need, and where is the show.
Because
Everything
client
comes in
is
place.
king, right? This one.
So everything comes in place. A lot of time in this live sound production, right, it's a lot about logistic, manpower. Sometimes it's beyond technical. If you need to plan your logistic well, your transport, which lorry is going to where, manpower, who is in charge of this show. And this manpower got to go and deliver, got to tell all the crew what to do next. This is very important.
Wow.
So there's a lot of planning when we got multiple shows stacked on top of each other.
And you got to train your crew really well
We
also.
got to train our crew. And most of my crew is either my senior or my juniors
Ah,
in SP.
interesting. I see. Oh,
Or my classmate.
from DMAT also?
For DMAT also.
Amazing.
Because they know live sound, they know backline. They are all musicians. So it's very easy to talk to the musician. And they
Right.
definitely know what they are talking about.
Right. They're really starting not from ground zero. Huh?
Sometimes when you get some people to go and do backline, they might know how to mic up, but they don't know what is guitar amp breaking up.
Yeah,
They might know how to tune the drum as well as the drum tech. So getting my junior or senior to come and do backline tech, I think it's very efficient.
I see. Wow. This is pretty cool. This whole DMAT senior junior thing. All
At
working with
least
you.
60% of my crew, 70%, all my junior and senior, I'll ask them whether interested or not.
Oh, amazing. And you have interns from there as well, I'm
I
guessing.
got intern from there also.
Oh. Right now, DMAT, is it still called DMAT, the course itself?
I think they are going to revamp the course.
I see.
I think for next 2 years, they're going to revamp the course.
Because I'm getting more and more interested in like the people from that course and the course itself. I want to find out more.
It's the people you hang out with. It's a culture there more than just the curriculum lesson.
I see. I
You
see.
hang out after class to jam, hang out in the canteen to talk about audio. These are the places where you really interact with each other and get to know beyond just the curriculum. A lot of things you must hands on. You must talk, you must discuss. It's not something you sit down in front of the lecture and you absorb. It's not like this. For music, you got to hands on. For backline, you got to go hands on, patch cable, really touch the instrument.
And this sounds like a whole culture
It's a
that
culture.
DMAT had.
Ah.
It gets me very interested, in this movement. It's almost like a movement that you all are in Singapore now. All these DMAT graduates, and because by the way, Hide, one of our co-founders, is also from DMAT.
So there's a few encounter. The sound engineer from DMAT, the backline crew from DMAT, the musicians also
Musician
from
from
DMAT.
DMAT. Right. Maybe artistic manager from DMAT.
Yeah,
Shout out
artist
to
manager,
Nikki.
Nikki, yeah. So this whole chunk, it's a very good cycle, like very healthy cycle. I see.
Yeah. One question I have. So, say all these things have been set up. The crew and the equipment, the drum tech, the guitar tech, they're all there. And the show is now going on. What happens after the last note is played? Because I think for many people, they have no idea,
They just play their guitar and they just
right? what happens after that last note is played? And then the system is shut off slowly, no more house music.
First thing we will need to tear down everything.
Okay.
Tear down everything, load up lorry, send back to the warehouse,
Okay.
and pack back to the same warehouse. So it's actually a very tedious industry. It's very tiring. The show ends at 10:30. By the time you tell us, it's about 12. My Airlock Factory warehouse used to be at Woodlands.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
this.
So after we tell finish, we must go back to warehouse. Sometimes I insist. Once we head back to warehouse, we'll pack everything back to where it's supposed to be.
Oh, so like the previous state.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
we'll pack all the gears back to the warehouse. So by the time it ends, it's about 1:30. 1 o'clock, 1:30.
Oh,
we reach home about 2:30. The next day, you still got show again.
In the morning?
In the morning, you need a call time 10, 9 o'clock.
Oh, man.
So the planning of the show is very important because it's very tedious job. It's very tiring. So the people who do this, you must really like it. You must really enjoy your job.
Mm.
Like I really enjoy the long hours, and I really enjoy seeing the job come to life. The satisfaction you get when the whole show goes well, everything goes well. The satisfaction is immense.
Oh, that's wonderful, you know, that you're drawing such bliss from watching the show be perfect in a sense. Not that a show will be perfect, just seeing it come to life.
Yeah, there's definitely problems when you do the show, and it's how you work and conquer, troubleshoot, and makes the show come true. And the point of time when the show start, everything goes well. The satisfaction is really there.
Wow. And you felt this from day one. I think you were
I
mentioning
felt
earlier.
this when I felt this very strongly when I do Sam Sui.
Sam
Sam
Sui.
Sui, this
Okay.
YouTuber.
Okay.
When he came to Singapore, I was the technical director for his concert.
Okay.
That was the first time I worked with overseas engineer.
I see. I
We
see.
did have problem for that show also. The engineer came down, he kept complaining that when he panned,
Okay.
he couldn't feel the left right. Because we patched our console to the house system.
Okay.
So we got no control over what the house system is like.
Right,
So he
right.
keep panning, he keep telling me he cannot feel left right.
Okay. Okay.
So we troubleshoot and find out it's the house system issue.
Okay. Okay.
At the end of the day, the band is very happy, the engineer is very happy. And we see the show come to life.
Because you're like the middleman, you know, between artists and
Between the we are the middleman.
right, right. And I mean, to use the phrase saikang also, a lot of
A lot of saikang lah.
because you'll be the first to arrive at the show, right?
Yeah.
At the venue, and the last to leave,
You gotta pack the gears at the warehouse.
right?
You got to load up, go to the venue, you got to speak to the client and the band. And then you got to stand by for the show. After the show finish, stare down.
And you got to do all this with a smile on your face.
Sometimes the crew get fed up lah.
right, right.
Because when multiple, sometimes it's really stressful.
Mm.
The band sometimes will pressure you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes they really want a certain. There's encounter before. We send the keyboard down.
Okay.
We communicate. So we confirm it's this particular keyboard. But then again, there's some miscommunication.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an extension to the model of the keyboard.
Okay.
The
Okay.
band want the keyboard. No matter what, he just want the keyboard on the spot. So
Okay.
we gotta go and figure out, go and borrow, go and buy, go and figure out on the spot. So sometimes it can be very pressurizing. But when you manage to troubleshoot and figure out the solution to the problem, you will feel that like, oh, this work is worth it.
It's very complex work, though, from what I'm hearing.
It's very complex work. It's a lot of meticulous detail.
Yeah.
So everybody in the company must play a part. So I always tell the crew, you all must support each other. You all must remind each other and take care of each other. It's only when the crew look after each other, look after all the details, then we can put out a good show. If we think we are a hero or what, we can pull off the show alone. That doesn't work.
It
That will not
really doesn't
lah.
work, especially in this. It
Industry
really
doesn't work.
I think in general, also life doesn't work that way, man. Yeah.
So everybody to come together and do the show together.
Mm.
Even if I'm the boss, I also will be on the ground.
Right, right, right.
Double check, figuring out everything is okay or not.
One thing that I wanted to ask you, so in this like COVID time period, how has it been for you?
It's a very hard period for most company like us, because from February onwards, all the events start to come to a stop.
February.
So all the bookings for the next few months are all cancelled.
Mm.
So the only way you can continue to sustain is to adapt. So we actually built this streaming studio, because you cannot do events anymore. You only can do live stream online, events online. So I cleared my equipment to another warehouse. So I got this bigger warehouse now to just do streaming. So we provide bands, corporate clients, and avenue for them to come to do their event online.
I see, I see. And are there bands that have done it so far? Using your venue?
There's some bands they book the place on a regular basis.
Oh, okay, okay.
They will find their own sponsors to sponsor their performance.
I see,
And they
I
rent out our place to the sponsor.
And this place has everything set up, like the
So you
live
got
streaming.
so it's plug and play that place.
I see.
The cameras are ready. We got about 6 cameras in the venue.
Oh,
6 cameras. So we got close up cam for the drummer, guitarist, all that. We got the white shots for we got the camera with operator lah.
I see, I
We got
see.
6 camera, then lighting, sound, backline all equipped. So the artists come, if we do a quick sound check, we can start the show straight away.
Amazing, amazing. So you just come and perform.
Yeah. So that's band's performance is one thing. Then we got corporate also.
Okay.
So the corporate client can come in, do their product launch at our venue also.
I see, I see. So they can find out more about this through your
Yeah,
website.
you can find out from our Instagram or website.
Ah, nice, nice. Show production and wow. I really appreciate what you do, and hearing from you like this makes me want to be kinder to crew, and because I know they have had a long day and they're gonna have a long day.
Usually we
at
bump
shows.
in 10 o'clock and the show ends at 10 p.m.
You're right. Like
So that's
the
not the end
musician,
yet,
is the start of the end.
But it's our job. It's our job to make sure the musician feel comfortable. So I always make sure all the crew, make sure the crew to take initiative, check with the drummer. Some drummer also shy. Some musician also
Yeah.
shy. So we always take initiative, check with the drummer. Is it okay? Is there anything he need?
Right.
So we got this backline kit. This
Okay.
backline kit. So inside got all the spare part ready. So we got the moon gel. If drummer need moon
right.
gel, our backline kit have. If the guitarist string break, we also got spare string in the case. Winder all equipped
Got
inside.
battery and all
Battery,
that,
9-volt
yeah.
battery. I got a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
acoustic guitarists. Come on, do you have 9-volt battery or not? We got 9-volt battery inside the backline kit also. So we prepare for emergency.
Do you
if
have
the
nail
strings-
clippers?
No clipper, not to that extent lah. We got string cutter inside.
I see. I
So
see.
if the guitarist string snap during the show, we always got guitar string ready. So this is part of our customer service.
Amazing, amazing. Like I hope to be able to do a show with show
No
production,
problem.
providing the backline. Wow, you really invest in the welfare of a show.
Because I used to play guitar also.
And
And I seen shit happens.
it really does. You want to control the
I
variables.
seen a drummer play halfway, cymbal stand fall. So that's why when the school stand by for the show, I always tell them, watch the show. It's only when you watch the show you will know what's going on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Some crew like to play with their handphone when they stand by for the show. That's not right. Watch the show, enjoy the show,
Be present.
be present. So if there's anything happen before anybody can say anything, you're running to the musician and assisting him. This is customer service that we provide.
This is initiative.
Initiative.
Wow, I appreciate this. I deeply appreciate you saying this.
This is what I believe in. I seen people with us, the backline crew stand by, just sit down there doing nothing. I don't think it's right.
Right. I don't think it's right also.
So take initiative, help out each other, take care of each other. This is show production core value.
Beautiful, man. And in terms of like acquisition of gear and all that, do you actively look for new stuff to buy?
So you got to balance the part of passion and business.
Right.
You cannot be constantly buying gears. The company doesn't make money.
Yes,
But
yes.
you will also want to buy gears because I myself is a musician. I also
think
want
you
to buy
love
gears.
gear in the
I
first
also
place.
love to buy gears. That's why I started my company. So you must jaga. The company must make profit so that you can buy gears. Then you must make sure all your gears are well equipped, well maintained. It's not like you buy a JCM 800, you just leave it there
yeah.
and all will be good. You must make sure the tubes are okay. Is the amp functioning? Is there any buzzing or not? You don't want to bring amp to the venue.
Yeah, I've had to face this when I arrive at the venue and the amp is malfunctioning.
Amp not functioning, amp blow, that kind of thing. So as much as possible within my inventory, let's say I bring out a twin reverb. I bring two. If
Oh, I
if
see.
we got spare at the warehouse, we bring to the venue.
AB, eh?
AB is one thing. Sometimes you never know the amp will break down. I have encountered
that's
this
true.
before. We send the amp to the venue, sound check, no problem. Just before the show start, the amp blow. There's no explanation for it. I can't explain it.
Right.
So the best backup we have, bring another one. If you have it in the warehouse, just bring another one. You got space in the lobby, bring another one to the venue. If anything happen, you got a spare.
I like this mentality. I like this. Do you specify times in a year to do routine maintenance and check of all your gear?
Sometimes when downtime, long period, we just block all the amp, all check.
I see.
Get guitarist tag to come and plug in all the amp and check. Especially with twin reverb, I got a lot of problem with twin reverb. It's always bust. Sometimes the reverb tank doesn't work. So we
Right.
send it to repair. Simple repair, we try to do it ourselves. Change tip bodies, we can repair. Like the more complicated one, we will send it to the repairman and repair.
Like Goose or something.
Sometimes I
right?
send to Goose, sometimes I send to Thomas Leong also.
Oh, okay.
Thomas Leong is this old man that really know what he's doing.
I've heard his name. I've heard his name.
And Goose, sometimes I send to Goose also.
I feel the passion in you about this, I really do. And I actually look forward to seeing your crew because I feel like your passion will inform their way of being as crew and tech.
Because most of my crew is from DMAT, and why they joined DMAT in the first place, they all like music.
Yeah.
They all know how to play music, they all love music. So when they do the show, you don't feel it's just a job. It's something that they also want to see a good show. when they want to see a good show, they will automatically go and help out the musicians already.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful.
So it's a good cycle lah, the way I see it.
And it's continual. It's gonna keep continuing. Because you guys have been around 2 years now? Almost,
Almost
2
2
years?
years.
Almost 2 years.
It's hard. It's hard to do this business because you got to take care of the money part. You got to take care of money part. You got to take care of all the operations. Then you got to take care of buying gears. A lot of aspects to it. But I do enjoy lah.
A silly question. What's the last thing you bought that got you excited? Personal purchase of gear.
I just some event company closed down. I bought some gears recently, and just before COVID, we bought stage 3, not stage 3.
Not stage 3, eh? Okay.
A tech
okay.
rider come. If you want to do the job, it's either you rent it from other people or you buy it.
Yeah.
And I decided to buy it. Not stage 3. That I bought some speakers also last year before COVID.
I see. Ooh, I like the stage 3. My keyboardist plays one, and he will request for one when he plays.
When the rider come, we have to fulfill it. It's also part of the service to fulfill the rider. You cannot be stealing keyboard that they don't know how to use, right?
Yeah. On that note, we're gonna have a listen to our featured musical guests.
Okay.
So we have one per episode. So today's guest, his name is Aston, and have a listen to his track Drowning. It's from his album Act 4 Resurgence. So enjoy the track. Take it away, Ryan.
Awaken in silence again. 3 a.m. Something's wrong here, it must be me. Or something I ate, not again. Much too late to go down this road. Chains of collide. At first I was freezing, you see. Never mind, no one's awake to deal with me, or just hear me scream. But that's fine, I'm alive. Nothing seems to make it go away. God, I hope I make it through the day. I'm shivering and sweat gets in my eyes, shaken to the core and paralyzed. Now I've gone completely insane. 6 a.m. Something's wrong here, it's just me. I plan my escape from today. Misery has taken me alive. I cringe as I anticipate the night. I'm shivering and sweat gets in my eyes. This hopeless child is all but paralyzed. Now I'm drowning, crashed like the water around me. Not that I'm losing to doubt, I'll be back to normal again. I was always afraid of drowning. Struggle as water surrounds me. Without but I'm hopelessly doubting. I'll be back to normal again. Wait for the moment my heart stops, holding the memories that I've lost, meaning to keep them with me. How I wish this was a dream.
All right. I hope you enjoyed Aston's track Drowning. If you do, please follow him on his social media accounts, okay? So, Eric, one last pondering I have is, what advice would you have for someone who is graduating this year, maybe? Or maybe has graduated with O levels, has a love for music, and now right, is thinking, maybe I want to get into this line of work, the backline rental work, live show music production work. What advice would you have for that person?
You can choose to go for a formal music education or live sound education. You also can choose for learn on the ground. In fact, most of the crew in the market all learn from the ground. You can go with both ways. There's nothing wrong. But I was from DMAT. So when I got my O-level result, by right, according to the L1 R4, I cannot get into the course. But it's not fair to judge a person's talent or ability in music or live sound in that aspect. Right? So SP is very kind. They got this audition for us to go and try after we get our O-level result. So I think that's very kind. So even if you don't do so well, if you want to go for a formal education, you can still go ahead. Go for all the audition, go and try interview. I personally, after my O-level, I went for LaSalle audition.
Oh, I see.
I wanted to do audio production there.
I see.
Then I tried SP. I went for SP eventually.
I see.
So you can go for the formal education. But nowadays with YouTube, with the vast information on YouTube, you can learn everything on YouTube. From setting a backline, from Pro Tools, Logic, everything is on YouTube.
How to call
You-
cables.
If you have a formal education, that will be better lah. But if not, YouTube is the best avenue to learn everything. You can pause the video and you can look back.
Oh, I agree.
That is the most important thing. You can stop the video and you can continue to read, to follow up. So there's both ways you can go about it. Learn on the ground, go and work part time, go and ask questions. Make sure if you have a mentor, that will be best too. For sound engineering, if you can find a mentor to follow, a veteran in the market to follow, that will be good also, because you got your question answered. Because the fundamental, the foundation is all on YouTube. You can learn it all on YouTube. But the details, the meticulousness, the experience, you need a mentor to ask, to question. I didn't have a mentor who is that experienced also. So I fall a lot of time. I feel that I learned the hard way. You fall a lot of time, then you go and think about it. Then you find the answer. It's a bit longer, I feel, the way I learned this whole production thing. But if you can find a mentor to teach you, that will be much faster.
Would you be open to mentoring someone now?
No problem. If anybody want to learn backline, you can come to my company. I can show them around.
Hey, cheers, guys. You heard that, Like,
I mean, now COVID, I got a lot of time.
so I would love to learn from you about.
Anybody want to drop by show production, have a look at our inventory, our place, want to talk to us, feel free.
Man.
Now COVID, we are a bit more free here. We can afford to do that.
Thank you so much for doing this with us today.
No problem. Thank you.
I learned a lot talking to you today, both from your spirit and also about backline rental. And on that note, my name is Ridwan. Today is InSync Live episode 4. What this is this is a podcast where we feature practitioners from the industry, from sound engineering fields, from backline rental fields, from the artistic point of view, artistic management, and maybe soon enough we will include people from theatre and dance as well. And as well as educators. I think that's one region that I really want to explore in terms of hearing from educators in the industry. Follow InSync SG on all our social media accounts. I think we have Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I should know these things, okay? But thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little conversation we had.
Okay.
Thank you, Eric.
Welcome.
And thank you everyone for viewing. Cheers, guys.